I hated shopping at the time. I was not interested in fashion at all. I think my most worn piece in my wardrobe was this t-shirt my older sister gave me that said "Making Donuts." Hi, I'm Lucy Boynton. I'm with ELLE UK and we're playing It's a Mood. So that was, that's my first ever red carpet anything. And I was 12 years old, I think. It was for Miss Potter, my first ever role, first ever job. I hated shopping at the time. I was not interested in fashion at all. I think my most worn piece in my wardrobe was this t-shirt my older sister gave me that said "Making Donuts" or something. So my mum took the lead as like stylist on this one, and she went to Zara and got a few options, and that was the winner. And it's, yeah, a sweet little red Zara dress, cardigan because it was December, and my sister did my hair and brushed my eyebrows. I love this look. This is still one of my favorites. That's an Erdem top and skirt actually, and I think he's a genius. That was, yeah, for the premiere of Murder on the Orient Express in 2017. And it was like, I think my first big premiere or anything of that scale. And I don't remember being like that nervous. I think the outfit makes such a difference and I felt so confident in it. Yeah, surreal, but great memories with that one. This is a brand I'm newly obsessed with. Leith Clark, my stylist, introduced me to them when we were styling this for South by this year for Greatest Hits. Chopova, Lowena. I'm obsessed with everything they do now. They do these amazing skirts with they're like carabiner lock things. And so you just see that like slip of skin between belt and skirt, and they're just so cool, so chic. But look at their website and they're the most inclusive, celebratory brand, it seems. So I'm, yeah, just obsessed with them and gonna be wearing a lot more of them, I hope. Yeah, I love that one. That was a Leith Clark special because I'd never worn anything like that. It was like a Michelle Pfeiffer kind of reference in the lookbook, and as soon as we tried it on, it was just heaven because it was like chainmail. It was so heavy, and it was my first time going to any kind of award show. It was when Bohemian Rhapsody was nominated. The weight of it, I think, was really like grounding and made me feel slightly more sane in that otherwise terrifying and hysterical environment. But yeah, I love that one. That's Celine by Hedi Slimane. I love this one. This is the Chanel pre-Oscar dinner in 2019 in LA. And it was, yeah, in the midst of the season of Joe Baker's kind of rainbow array of looks. And it's just, yeah, the perfect little Chanel look that feels really contemporary but cool and kind of vintagey, which I was really into at the time and still am. But yeah, I love this one. Rodarte, man. Geniuses. They were really collaborative in designing the dress, and we knew it was going to be Rodarte custom, and that felt so, so special in itself. And we chose that kind of purple because it was the year that, again, Bohemian was nominated, and that was like the color, the queen color, and the color of the film, so it was like an ode to that. It was so surreal. It was surreal. It was my first kind of custom piece, and it was such a joy to get to do it with them. They're so kind and collaborative, and yeah, geniuses. So that whole event, that whole season was just wild. It was the first time I'd had that kind of process of having a dress made, so I saw it at each chapter of its coming together, and so I tried on a kind of purple corset with like the different fabrics we were trying out, and then finally tried it on, I think like the day before or 2 days before. And it was just another one where it felt so kind of grounding. It's like that kind of cinched corset, I think, feels really good on a carpet because it cinches the nerves in a way. But I just felt so confident in it, and I think it's enough that it feels like you, but an incredibly elevated version of you. And I think the way that you feel, I think you can always tell how someone feels on a carpet. And if you feel like yourself and if you feel confident, you get to, all your energy goes more outward and you get to just like really observe and enjoy the event so much more. So yeah, that was a great example of that. That was a dream. That was amazing. That was my first ever Met Gala. I went with Prada, and that was a custom piece. And again, that was Leith and Mrs. Prada design. And the theme that year was camp, which was heaven. So it was like everyone was going all out. And again, yeah, it was my first time, so we went for it. And to be like, at the end of the dinner, my friend Christine and I were walking through the Met, like barefoot in these ridiculous dresses, and it was just the most kind of ethereal thing. It was wild. And I got to keep the dress, crown, flower crown and all. So that's in my wardrobe waiting to be whipped out for something. We decided, Jenny Cho was doing my hair at the time, and we decided to go blue, I think kind of like, maybe like a week before, and we did it the day before. And it was just kind of on a whim, but I loved it. And I love that feeling when you're surrounded by these brilliant creatives who you really trust, so you can just kind of be free and not precious about yourself or image at all. You know, you're in great hands. And it was the same with getting to work with Prada on that. They're so playful and always so conscientious of how you feel in something being the main goal and the main focus. And needless to say, I felt amazing in that. So it was just, yeah, it was magical. This one is the Oscars of 2020. I loved that dress. I think I've never had to look in the mirror less before leaving than in that dress. I just felt so confident and comfortable in it, and it felt very, very me. But again, like the most elevated version of, because it's Chanel. And then Jenny did these pearls along the parting, and we went for a really classic red lip with Joe Baker. And it was just, again, really nice to be going into these really surreal environments, feeling confident, feeling like yourself. I loved that. I loved the detailing on it. In the middle of it, you can't really see in that picture, but the paneling was kind of sheer with these black bows. It was just, the detail is always so exquisite on those Chanel pieces. I keep saying this to all of these, but these are obviously all my favorites. I love this one. This one is just, I never wanted to take this off. And it was the change of hair, it was the whole change of look. I had just finished filming Greatest Hits, and I had red hair for it, so really was diving into that, and so did a whole new look and everything, which is always, I think, really liberating. You kind of untether yourself from an idea of you and an idea that you have of yourself. And then it was this unbelievable couture Chanel dress, and the details were just ridiculous. The front is all these like the most intricately laid feathers with these kind of sparkle details, and the back is the most beautiful buttons all the way down. And that film was pale blue eyes set in the 1800s, so it felt like such a nod to those kind of costumes and the volume of those costumes, but while being, especially with the hair and makeup, such a cool kind of contemporary twist on that. I could go on and on about this one, I love it. Thank you so much for watching It's a Mood. You can check out Greatest Hits on Disney Plus April 12th.